module, we called it Ambivalent Beats because all DJs are narcissists and we like things named after ourselves. So we called that Ambivalent Beats, and I decided that I wanted to do something extra to Ambivalent Beats. So just a few weeks ago, I sat down with Nick and we started daydreaming about what would be cool that you could do to Ambivalent Beats. And there are some things that we came up with, and I'll show you how I do those now. So you can see a couple of things going on here. So this this long array of sounds here is the same as those array of sounds on that side, right? So not that it's too schizophrenic, but it's easier to have things on opposite sides, just because I'm a little bit weird. These are your sounds here. But when you hold this sound, what it's doing is it's actually controlling the MIDI flow so that it's repeating the notes over and over without programming them into this sequence. So with this sound, right, once I've locked that in, my hands are free and that sequence is set. But the same note, I can now play that note over and over and over by just hitting that sample that I'm highlighting at the top, number 1. See how it's off now and on now? And then this grid here, let's turn off that extra note. So this grid here, well, it's not a grid, it's more like a football field or something. This shows you the notes, the number of note repeats that you'll get. So as I'm holding down, you'll see up here in the, what is that, your right, and your right side, number 1, I'll hold that note down, and over here, this little ball, Gareth's ball, we'll call it Gareth's balls. Over here, we'll move Gareth's balls across the screen, and you'll hear the sound get more active because the note will repeat more frequently. So, now watch Gareth's ball. Okay, so now you see Gareth's ball is descending, right? And when that happens, things get a little bit quieter. That's because this is an XY pad, and the Y, that's the Y, right? The Y coordinate is associated to, let's get that a little bit more pleasant. That's associated to the velocity of the note. So, how many people here give a shit what velocity means? Exactly. So I won't go through explaining what velocity means, but all the geeks in the room can ask me, or we can talk about that later. But essentially this lets me control, in reality, it lets me control the volume. Okay, so that's cool, right? Apparently not. All right, well, it's cool to me. But that's only one thing that we're doing here. And you'll say, but Kevin, is there anything else interesting here? Well, I would say yes. How much would you pay for this? $19.99? $29.99? How about free? Will include a pitch control. And then I can combine that with my effects. So, that's what that lets me do. Right? Cool? Yeah? Anything? No? Yeah? Alright, fine. Alright, so anyway, that shows you in a nutshell one of the things that you can do with Lemur, but really the thing that Lemur is, for me, what I found that it is it's really just like, it's like a set of building blocks. It's not really any one program, it's not any one idea that lets you do this finite set of things. It's more like, you know, when you're a kid and they have those like construction sets like Legos or Lincoln Logs or things like that. You have these pieces and it's up to you to use your imagination to figure out how to fit those pieces together and how to make use of them. This is something that we developed just because I had ideas about what I wanted to do and I didn't want to go and just buy a box to do it. I wanted to do something that I could control in my own special way. And then of course, sell it to people and make a shitload of cash and buy a house in Mallorca. And, well, we're not gonna do that if I give this away for free, but we're giving it away for free because I just don't feel like buying a house in Mallorca yet. How's that? That's not really real. So anyway, that's kind of a nutshell how I use Lemur for DJing, but this is something also that I use in the studio. It's something that functions on both platforms, and it gives you the flexibility to do all kinds of stuff. And that's kind of what I have to share for you today. So thanks for listening.